for September 1st, 2016. Remember, it's a general reading. See what feels right for you. See which signs, symbols, bells, whistles, energies, messages resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, praying about. We are all children of God. We're all psychic. We're not all going through the same thing. So see what feels right. It could be one nugget that brings you clarity. It could be the whole reading. It could make sense later. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest and greatest good of everybody involved in the situation and so on, so we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. How you ride these energetic waves that come through here is always up to you in the end. Is it your wave? Is it not your wave? Are you waiting for another wave? Ignoring the wave? Crushing into the wave? Diving in the wave? You get the gist. If you want to make this an interactive video with me and pull some cards for yourself, feel free. See if some further depth or clarity come for you. Some personal signs and symbols for September 1st. All right, let's begin with the reading. I'm going to start with the numerology cards. Let's start with one card for the day for September 1st, 2016. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. One card to begin for focus and clarity on the energy of the day. Compassion, 99. So it always comes back around. A 99 is an 18 and it comes back to a 9. It always brings you back to completion. It always brings you back to compassion. You know, there's always another point of view that you didn't see. There's always another story that somebody else is coming from to see their perspective in a certain way. And there's so many different levels of growth. You know, we all have such a different journey and it's all so personal. So compassion is needed. I feel like this is just needed. We're all here together. We're all learning. We're all messing up and we're all growing. You know, we're all in different places in our journey, different lessons of growth, different opportunities, different stumbles. But in the end, we're here to help one another. Not everybody can go through every problem and not everybody can just have everything good. You know, the grass isn't always greener. If you think somebody else has everything good, there are a whole different set of problems that that person has that you probably don't even understand. Just as they probably don't understand the problems you have at all. So the only way to merge that gap is to start to see the other person's perspective. You know, I feel like perhaps to be heard, maybe we need to speak a little bit today about things we've gone through. Perhaps there's somebody who you can share your story with, or somebody else has a background like you. Perhaps they're close by, perhaps they're across the world. You know, but I feel like there's a reaching out here in order to have a completion. It starts with compassion in yourself. You know, forgiving yourself for messing up, for being where you are, and then growing from it and taking that as an opportunity to catapult you somewhere better. It brings you completion so you can start something new. So it can bring you to something new, a new start, a new way of seeing something. It brings you back to spirit. It brings you back to you, your own direct connection to spirit, to God, to the universe, to source, to the Holy Spirit, whatever it is that you call it, what you connect to. If it is something that is out of love, that's driving you forward, you're understanding that other people are just going through other things themselves. They're trying their best. Even when there's a lot of heartache and hurt, and I want to say evil, you know, there's many of us that had experiences that others could never, ever guess. You know, good and bad. I feel like this is a huge card. This is a very big card. I feel like there just needs to be expression here of whatever it is that you are feeling, that you are going through, and allow others to have that same freedom to figure it out themselves, to express themselves, to work it out themselves. Sometimes you got to go like a couple different routes to figure out what's good for you. It always brings you back to center. It always brings you back to the same place that we all came from. So if you don't understand someone else's journey, you know, it always brings you back to looking at the mirror on your own. So let's begin with the wisdom of the oracle cards, and let's get a little more clarity into the first, into compassion. I just hear heart of joy, you know, just strive for joy, strive for love, strive to help and release chains, you know, that bind you to something, that weigh you down, that make you feel bad, that make you feel guilty, that make you feel wrong. Those are the things you need to question and head towards the things that make you feel beautiful and good and right. And usually those things are not objects. They're not things. They're experiences that you have that bring change in your world, perhaps in the things you have. But it's an experience that you remember that changes your spirit, it changes your drive, it changes your perception. It opens up this world to more miracles. It opens up your world to more miracles. Maybe we need to share more of our miracles with the world. Maybe that's part of the compassion, is understanding we all have a story. Truth be told. Open up your hearts to be clear. Take off your mask on what you believe something is. Perhaps this is a false mask on something. It takes opening your heart to know the truth. Nobody can tell you the truth. Nobody can tell you what you feel. Nobody can tell you what you know and what you know to be true. That takes your own discernment, your own experience, your own expression, your own emotions. And it's you working that out. It's okay to change your opinion, you know, your perception. It's okay to change how you felt from something you felt before about something. You don't need to hang on to something because it's what you were told to believe, or it's because what you always believed, or because you know it to be true. You read it somewhere. Somebody told you. Does that feel right to you still? Or is that something you need to look at and change and grow from? Perhaps you can help others grow from that experience. But it's up to each person to grow on their own. You can't make somebody grow. You can't make somebody have a spiritual experience, you know, but you can share your own. Yes, that's hard. Spiritual experiences are hard to explain. You know, I try my best here every day to just let out what I feel and think and hear and everything to you guys and my connection with spirit. And I feel like I'm coming from a place of love, you know, to help myself grow and to help all of you. Realize that none of this is an answer. It's not a crutch. You know, I'm not your answer. The answer is in you. This just helps you find your own center, that own little voice that's helping you, that's there to guide you. Spirit is always on our side to help us out. We can always mess up if we mess up, you know, or we can ask for help. We can ask for guidance. We can open up our hearts to new opportunities. We can take off our mask and be who we were supposed to be. We are powerful beings. We are co-creators here. Every single one of us counts. Period. No matter what dimension we go in, no matter what life you're talking about, we all count. We're all a part of this together. It's a 14. It brings you to a 5. It brings you to change. It's telling you to honestly accept things at face value, to be clear with your communication with others, with yourself, be transparent with what you're doing, why you're doing it, why it's driving you forward. And it's coming out of denial. You know, it's willingness to come out of denial. It's being honest with yourself. So that's different for everybody. But sometimes we have to have something put in our face so we can see that reflection, so we can change that perception. If you find out that something you believed for a long time is wrong, are you going to hold on to it because you still believe it now? I was told that and I like it that way. Or are you going to open up to change? Open up to something different? Perhaps there's something even more wise about that situation that you can bring to the table because of what you have in the background. Only you know. It's only your personal connection. This could actually be a relationship. It's you being completely clear with somebody, with something, with what's good for you. But it asks you to be open with your heart. Be wise with what you say. Listen. And tell the truth. You know, hear the truth. And allow yourself to always find a new truth. Always find something different. There's always going to be another layer you didn't know. You didn't know what you didn't know. None of us know much when we come, but we still do. You know, it's all figuring it out. All right, so I'm going to move to, let's go to the romance angels. And pull one card for August, I almost said August, September 1st. September 1st, 2016. Free yourself. It's like you just have the gates surrounding you and you just need to jump out. You could probably just teleport yourself out if you're a unicorn. It's time to take back control of your life. You can't control others. You can't always control situations. You can control you. You can control how you react. You can control what you say, what you do, what you don't do. What you say, what you don't say. How you say it. You know, sometimes it's not always what we say. It's the way it's presented. It's how it's said. And sometimes we're just misunderstood. So it's time to take back control of your life. Free yourself. Jump out of your cage. Take your chains off. Allow yourself a little freedom to explore that beautiful forest that is this world. It's your imagination. It's you tapping into everything around you and making it magical. But that's up to you. You can stay in there if you want. You can stay in your playpen. You know, make sure everyone brings you something, tells you what to do, what to say, what to go, or you can go venture out and figure it out for yourself. Perhaps you'll make some magic for yourself. All right, I'm going to move to the Angel Tarot and pull one more card for September 1st. I'll give this another shuffle. September 1st, 2016. One card for clarity and understanding to truth be told. Clarity and communication. Clarity and intention, taking off the mask, finding real value, finding your own wisdom, learning your lessons, finding compassion in your own situation, in the situation of others, freeing yourself. Knight of Earth. So taking your time as well. Stopping, taking time to get off your horse. Get on the ground and pray before you move. The Knight of Earth could be an earth sign, so it could be a Taurus, a Virgo, Capricorn, energy around you in your chart, or just that kind of energy working its way into the day. It's telling you to know that you're going to get your goal. It's going to take a little bit of work, but this is someone who's not afraid to work. Not afraid to work with you, maybe. Working hard, each step by step, taking time to pray. This knight always gets his goal. He's a little bit slower, but that's because he starts right. He goes down to the roots and makes sure everything is nourished, that he understands every lesson along the way. So it's experienced. It's somebody loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. I hear graceful, and I hear music too. Like someone who plays an instrument, loves music, loves museums, loves nature, like outdoorsy person maybe. time to buckle down, get things done, honor your commitments, and a guardian angel. I hope this was helpful.